A wise man once told me it's better to be late than never. So we are here. We're late. Dave Van Auken, L. Dawson. L. Dawson, Fight Banana Show. What's up, L? How are you? Happy Tuesday.
Happy Tuesday. What's going on, man?
Let's go, dude. We both traveled this weekend. I loved it.
Yeah, it was a busy week. A lot of
Busy week.
fights.
It was. I kind of will get into that. It was really cool.
Whew.
A ton of stuff on Saturday night. What's up, John? How are you doing? Big weekend, especially in your neck of the woods. ATT kind of weekend took over Pittsburgh. We'll definitely get into that. Dakota Bush is coming on in 10 minutes. Johnny Eblen's coming on in 41 minutes. And then Gillian the Savage Robertson around 55 minutes. So busy show, packed show. But can we start with something? Can we kind of start with I'm not going to scream. I think I'm not going to scream.
I'm scared.
What's up, Duke? Did you see what Joe Pfeiffer just posted an hour or two ago?
Joe Pfeiffer?
Yeah, Joe Pfeiffer.
No, but
Yeah, check it out real quick. This
on
show.
Instagram.
Yeah. Joe Pfeiffer defeated, by the way, guys, Israel Adesanya in the main event of UFC Seattle. Looked awesome. Good fight. I thought Izzy looked good until he didn't.
22 hours ago.
Maybe. You watching it?
It's just a picture. What did I miss?
Maybe on Facebook. All right. I'll kind of bring you along, Al. I'll bring you along. First of all, I will start this by saying all week long I was going back and forth on the fence. And then I think it was Saturday we talked, Al, Saturday morning or Friday morning. Elle and I talked. I'm like, oh guys, Joe Pfeiffer's gonna win, by the way. We'll talk about Macy Barber too in a second. I was like, Joe Pfeiffer's gonna win. He's gonna smash Izzy. And I was like, I loved his demeanor during the week, his motivation, just where he was at. He was very there. Izzy was asking and answering questions about everything and in between and about retirement and so on and so on. Joe Pfeiffer was there about the main event of UFC Seattle. A really good. He, I don't want to. It's not about him, but this is where I want to go with it. Someone kind of works with Maddie Betts and Homa Fight. Guys are really good. Actually, I love his content online. He does parlays. He used to be the parlay man or something, and then he changed his name recently. Does great content. He bashed Joe Pfeiffer during the week, saying that he really disliked how Joe Pfeiffer was very spiritual and was not himself and not the violent Joe Pfeiffer. And, was definitely picking Izzy. He's like, my lock is Izzy, one of my locks of the year. And so that's where I want to start. I could not be more wrong. I could not be more against his stance. For one, if you want to talk about faith, we can definitely talk about faith, especially on this show. We're down with that. My point is, I don't care whatever you're into or whatever you're fighting for. Could be for money. Straight up, some guys, some fighters, girls or men fight for money. Some fight for fame. Some fight for family. Some do fight for faith. Whatever it is, whatever you're fighting for, to be all in about it. Like, be locked in about it. Everyone knows me. Every single show, everything I do is about my family. My family's always involved. I do everything for my family. I'm locked into my family. Joe Pfeiffer seemed like he was very motivated about his newborn, relationship with his Lord and Savior, with his girlfriend slash fiance or wife, whatever that is, but was very adamant about that. I, I thought it was awesome. He looked awesome. He looked like a man that had a purpose and to do the right thing. So I don't want to bash that guy, but like, am I wrong? Right? What do you think about that, Al?
I mean, I always think that life gets better when we put Jesus first. So for me, but I can understand how somebody maybe from the outside looking in, like we've seen guys change up their character in other ways, maybe in a
Right.
less genuine way. We've seen guys change up their character and then not necessarily perform well. But no, I'm with you. I think he seems like a very, very motivated man right now.
Yeah.
I loved it, man. I loved seeing him, be a little bit vulnerable, be honest. Like that we are gifted so few great platforms in our lives.
Right.
If you have an opportunity to use that platform to, talk about Jesus and hopefully help somebody that's going through something. Like I love it. So that's just me. But yeah, I picked Piper as well. Going into the weekend, I was kind of with Izzy before, just because I felt like people wrote him off a little too early. Like to me, Izzy still looks twitchy. He still looks fast. He still
Yeah.
has those great attributes. But then to see like all this talk about everything he's been doing the last year, a little over a year, 13 months or so.
Yeah.
And he just seems to be looking past his MMA career now.
Yeah.
And when that happens and you're meeting a guy that's on the upswing, it's just never, a good deal. So obviously stoked to see Pfeiffer being able to use that platform for some good, but also for me, the writing is a little bit on the wall for Izzy, which I hate, because I truly do believe he's still a great fighter. And I think he still has that speed and that reaction time, which is the piece that fighters tend to look aged in the first, I think, is that reaction time and that twitch, that fast twitch. I do think he still has that.
Yeah.
But I think Pfeiffer is world class. He's very elite on top, and I feel like people don't think about him in that way as often as they should. They think about him as a big power puncher and like a grinder, but like he really has phenomenal top pressure, and I think he's starting to realize if he gets guys down in that division, he gets on top of them. Most of them are
It's over. It's over. There's a ton of comments, and I can't push it. I'm on my phone. The wife, guys, don't buy Spectra Wi-Fi ever. Don't do it. Okay. I'm going to yell about that, but there's a lot of comments. We'll talk about it, and Elle, please bring some up whenever you feel good about it. What's next for Joe Pfeiffer? A ton. Like I think a lot of things make sense. Maybe it's Strikers Du Plessis, who's kind of the odd man out because everyone else got booked. Guys, Pfeiffer's 6 now, and I think he's probably fighting up, not fighting back. So he could be 6. There's a lot of different people that can, maybe it's Kyle. Maybe it is Kyle versus Pfeiffer. Imamov doesn't have a fight. Do they push him versus Imamov right off the rip?
I don't like him and Imavov right now. I think Imavov is in, like, you've got 2 guys that haven't fought for a belt, that are coming off solid wins, that are on the upswing. I don't like matching up
So
guys.
keep them separated for now.
Yeah. I think you keep them away from each other. I think you give.
How about Anthony Hernandez?
Imavov could easily be next in line for a title shot if he wants to wait for the Khamzat Strickland fight. He's not a super active guy. So
is not Chimaev. If Chimaev is fighting in May, when's Chimaev going to fight again?
Fair enough. I'm just saying he could be waiting. Maybe that's his mindset. Or maybe they want to do Imavov and DDP since they're right there, and like it's kind of the fight you beat the former champ to get that title shot. I think Pfeiffer against Kyle makes sense. Honestly, I kind of like him against DDP. I actually think that matchup is a good matchup for him because DDP's not super sharp. I don't know if he's ready for a guy who who can hit. Somebody mentioned like if Pereira was still at 185, how would Pfeiffer match up? Pfeiffer he still gets hit. And so I think he's got some pieces in his striking to refine. So maybe you don't want him against a sharpshooter like Imavov just yet. Or I feel like either way you lose in that matchup. I don't think that makes as much sense as some of the others in the top 10 right now. But we can talk more about this later. Why am I echoing? Do I have 2 streams?
My fault, dude.
Why would you do that to me?
I was seeing if I could get in here so I can push the buttons and help you.
No, I got this. We'll talk about that later. We've got a special guest in the green room. So he just won his PFL debut last weekend. Dave's got a black screen. Dave, you're killing me, Smalls. But let's we'll go ahead and just bring Dakota on right now. Dakota Bush.
What's up, dude? Man? I had a big, long intro for Dakota too, man. I had it. It was a good one. I was practicing driving in.
Killing me.
Well, let's hear it.
My main thing about it, brother, was about it's so great that and I personally, right, it's probably the best thing I do. So I was commentating Island Fights, which was an amateur show and a pro show. I love being 0.1% of someone's career and seeing them, on a regional scene or on the way up. And I hear stories about Dakota Bush all the time, from, of course, L, from Grant, from so many other people at ATT, about how good you are and top 20 in the world, but no one, like, not the rest of the world knows it. And it's like such a great feeling to know and hear things, and then to see you put it to fruition in front of the world, ESPN Plus, 34-second first round knockout. It's awesome to hear all these things for so long, years, right? We've been talking for years, and then for you to put it on the main stage is pretty awesome, man. It's a great feeling to see.
No, man, you couldn't have said it any better than that. Just like the support you guys have given me for the past 3 4 years. It's so amazing, like knowing like there's other people that know my worth and see my value. I just needed the opportunity to be able to prove it, and man, it couldn't have went better than that.
Yeah. That was pretty good. That was pretty good. Of course, maybe a cliche question to kind of start off. Did you feel any added pressure to get a finish? Did you be like, hey, I want to make a statement here. It's my first time out of the organization. Hey, let's make an impact. Let's do something crazy. Or you can't do that. You can only fight and do the best you can. And if God will, and if that happens, it happens. If not, you get a win. You keep moving on.
To be honest, that was my 30th fight overall. It's my 20th professional fight, but my 30th MMA fight. And I can only think back one other time that like the whole fight day, in the back, um, just everything leading up to the fight, not feeling any pressure, any nerves. Like I didn't get a stitch of nervousness at all for this fight.
Wow.
And I just kept telling myself like, oh, all my pressure is gone. Like I've been fighting with so much like a heavy load on me, like fighting not to lose instead of just fighting to win. And it's kind of, limited my abilities when I was always had that, that monkey on my back of feeling like, man, if I lose, then all these, this win streaks for nothing, everything that I've done, the sacrifices, it's just going to set me back so far. So going into the fight Saturday night, I was just so free, and I didn't think anybody on the planet was going to beat me that night.
Yeah, hey, I'm not a coach, Dakota. I watch a lot of MMA. I don't train, but whatever you did Saturday, just keep doing that. Okay, just hey, you keep doing that. All right.
That's it. I just got to
Okay.
recreate that recipe, and
All right.
me and Grant, and we always joke around like, yeah, I'm just gonna hit him once and just be done, And if it didn't happen, man, literally when I hit him and I got my eyes on him, and I seen his arms like stiffen, his legs stiffen, I'm like, you got to be kidding me. That literally went through my head like, you got to be kidding me.
That's the best. That is such a good story.
It really could not have been a more perfect debut. And I
Yeah.
saw PFL kind of put you as like their fighter to watch leading into the fight. Like how does it feel just to get that recognition from PFL? And have you had any conversations? I know your manager, lovely manager Kayla Harrison, has she had any conversations? Have you had any conversations about what might be next and when?
Nothing yet, but I think she's gonna have dinner. She said with Mike Kogan like this week or next week and talk about some things. So, um, you know, like you said, it couldn't have went better, and it's just so amazing. Like I don't know if they knew. Like Grant's been saying this all like for weeks on end. Like the PFL doesn't know what they have, and
Yeah.
it's just so reassuring. Like seeing like I went out and performed that way, and like now I think they truly are going to see like my worth, and obviously they signed me, and they believed in me in that aspect. But I think now they realize like, wow, this kid really is what everybody is saying he is.
I agree with the comment section. Real quick, pause a little bit. Let's rewind something. Guys, Elle Dawson, she's in the know. She knows everyone. She's got it. She's got to bring it to the show a little bit. So Kayla Harrison is your manager, Dakota, like officially?
Yes, correct.
Dude, yeah, I didn't know that started. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, no, she's been a blessing. I mean, she called them, was on the phone for 20 minutes, called me back. Hey, how's a 4-fight deal sound? And I'm like, wow, amazing. Let's do this.
There you go.
Um, I
L. Dawson is the GOAT. L. Dawson is the GOAT.
Duke, I actually have an interview with Kayla about this that I'm going to post this week. But as of right now, Dakota is technically her first official fighter on her roster. So, but
The
It
first
might be.
and
It's like
only.
Jerry Maguire. You ever seen Jerry Maguire? Rock
Yeah,
Kid
with
winner
Tom
Jerry
Cruise.
Maguire. Show
Yeah,
dude. Show me the money. You got to be calling Kayla
exactly.
Harrison now. You got the whole song. That's a video. Hey, social media content. You know, hey,
Definitely.
got to keep it going. Anything, and I know what you just said about Kayla. Is there in anything that your timeline you're like, hey Dave, this is perfect. You know, this worked out perfect. Spring, Pittsburgh, PFL, America. If I fight in July, perfect. Or no, I would like maybe the summer off. Got a beautiful family. Do you want to do family things during the summer? I want one more in fall. Is there a perfect date for you in 2026?
Yeah, obviously the turkey hunting's getting ready to kick off, so I'm gonna be spending my spring, and then have Grant's fight coming up, so I'm gonna be up there for that. And then after Grant's fight,
We don't know about that yet, Dakota. That's not
well, I didn't say the date, so
okay. Okay.
um after Grant's fight, I'll also be doing some hunting as well.
Okay.
But then I heard rumors that the PFL's coming to Miami in August, so I think that makes sense for me.
Okay.
I would love to fight then. Um, and then obviously things go well. Then I would like to get another one in after that, maybe like November, December, something like that. I would love to have 3 fights this year with them.
They usually do I feel like a Madison Square Garden card always at the end of the year. It feels like every year they do something in November or December there. Dude, wouldn't it be cool in August if Eblen was the main event fighting for a world championship in South Florida and our main man Dakota Bush was a co-main event against a top 3, top 5 guy? Just throwing that out in the
Right.
universe. We're doing that a lot lately. We're just throwing some stuff out there.
Yeah, that would be amazing. Me and Johnny were talking about that this week because we shared a Airbnb this whole fight week, and just made the vibe so great. It was no stress. Everyone was having fun. So Johnny's like, hey, let's see if we can get on every card together and do the same thing and just keep recreating this
the
this
vibe.
positive atmosphere and dominant wins like that.
But I hope the boys were lucky that I didn't come because Liar's Dice would have just been a wrecking crew. I would have absolutely dominated. Dakota knows my wrecking
Oh
crew
yeah,
style, brother.
Dave was tearing it up in Vegas last time.
I don't know, but playing with Bo Nickel was quite the. He gets in your head.
Bo's good?
Bo messes.
Bo knows?
Bo knows
Wow.
dice.
Okay. All right. Hey, so I don't know. We'll maybe have to do some kind of friendly charity fun bet. Me versus Bo versus Dakota. Something, I don't know.
Right.
Haircut could be involved. I don't know.
You got to throw Braxton in there too. Dakota's son was a savage. He's like 10 years old and he's messing with
You know his dad? He just knocked someone out in 34 seconds and then he's like, I don't want a spring break trip. I want to go hunt turkey. All right.
Right,
This
exactly.
come on.
Man, talk about that as well. Like that was the first fight my kids have ever been to.
Really?
So
Wow.
they came up, and what a way to to perform just in front of them and not have to take any damage in front of them, because that's always like, we know this game, like how brutal it can be, and
Yeah.
I just didn't want that to be on the losing end of it, something like that for them. And just thank God, like it panned out the way it did.
Speaking of your kids being there, you have to tell. I haven't had a chance to tell Dave who Braxton made friends with in the crowd.
Yeah, insane. So Monday before we flew out on Tuesday, me and Braxton were watching the Avengers, and we're just gonna start all the Avengers and run through them all. And then
Hawkeye?
yeah, he was sitting there cage side with Hawkeye, and got to meet Jeremy Renner. And Jeremy came up to me in the back after the fight and talked to me and was like, hey man, I sat next to your son, and he's like, you guys are doing a great job. He was so curious, just asking me so many questions about like, are you really shooting people with like bows? And like, it was just, it couldn't have went any better, man. Just the whole atmosphere, just, it was such a blessing. And I was just so grateful. Like I truly smelled the roses, I took everything in and just at the end of the day, when it's all said and done, this is like a trip that we're all going to look back on and just
Oh, forever.
remember this. It was amazing.
Forever.
Yeah.
Hey, people sometimes crap on the PFL. I'm just throwing this out there. How can you like just hear this? Like, for one, I heard the crowd was absolutely insane in Pittsburgh. I watched Dalton Rosta's entrance like 9 times.
It
Like,
was
guys,
insane.
dude, L. I know L doesn't like professional wrestling. That was a professional wrestling entrance. It
Oh no,
was
that was
absolutely madness.
it was epic,
It
Dave.
was
Like
epic.
I, I
So,
I'm so bummed that the fight result wasn't what obviously we all wanted
sure.
for Dalton, but just the energy. He pulls out the terrible towel. The people just go freaking wild.
Nuts.
What a cool moment.
That
But
that was that was awesome. That was and walking out to the song you walked out to,
It was sick.
just
yeah.
even better. On top of that was Johnny's walkout. That was amazing.
Johnny's walkout. Everybody was singing Country Road. Like they shut off the music and the arena is still singing Country Roads. It was pretty
That
cool.
was awesome.
The
No,
energy
I
was
I
real.
shouldn't say anything bad about Pittsburgh. Like the crowd was
Yeah.
electric. That place was filled up. Even though the venue's not like massive, that place felt like you were in an arena with 30,000 people. It was so loud. It was all the
What
fans were like getting into it. It was amazing.
Of course, and then your son sitting with Hawkeye, like that's the coolest thing ever. Shout out to the PFL. How was the weather in Pittsburgh? Was it cold?
It was pretty
It was warm the first couple days we were there. And then of course, like when we got to cut weight, it drops down to 29 degrees, storming, raining outside.
It
We're
was hail.
sitting in a hot tub.
Yeah, I saw that video. You're in a hot tub. Maybe not the happiest man alive in that little moment, but it's raining outside. I didn't know it was 29 degrees out though.
I'll tell you too, another thing that was like the highlight for me was all the Steelers players. Like I got to
Yeah,
meet and talk with all them, like Ryan Clark and Brett Kiesel, Ryan Shazier, both Joey Porters. Just the steel curtain at its best.
that's that's it's a I say it to my kids all the time, and I've said it to Elle even. Like sometimes we have forever days or forever weekends. That's a forever trip. Like with you and your family, especially. I saw like I don't know who was recording it. They deserve a pay raise in your camp. Someone was recording after you when you went to your family. The best video I saw all weekend. The knockout's awesome. That's super cool, Dakota. But like the to see the just the pure bliss from your family and you, man, that's life. Like
Yeah,
that's why I do what I do. It's what we do, what we do. It
yeah,
was
that
a
was
good video.
those moments that Grant captured. Grant was on top of it. He was like recording everything, and I'm so glad he did. Like just the raw emotion and
Yeah,
like you said, just the bliss and just like the relief and like finally like my family gets to see like it's paying off.
let's go, let's go. You've been on the show so many times. We always appreciate you and your time. We had a really good comment, kind of talking a little bit of business about the PFL lightweight division and talking about how stacked it is. And with guys with Usman's the champ, and you got Phil Hughes. Thank you, Al, for pushing that button. I appreciate
Took
you.
me a second, but
Dude, you're getting good at this, L. I got no Wi-Fi, Dakota. I'm on my phone. I'm like in 1992 right now. I got L push on the buttons. But and I know it's your debut, but have you been kind of searching and looking at the division and starting eyeing the division up a little bit yet, Dakota?
Yeah, definitely. There's a couple of guys that I thought like Mads Burnell was still under contract, but I don't think he
Okay.
is anymore. I thought that would have
Okay.
been a great matchup. Um, Super exciting fight. Would have been super fun to mix it up with him.
Yeah.
But maybe that Mansour Barnori, the French guy that JJ fought. Love to fight
Okay.
that guy. Super high level guy as well. Been around, fought a lot of studs, and but honestly, whoever they give me, I'm gonna sign the dotted line.
I like it. I like it. And at the end of that rainbow, I would assume, I hate to say this, but I would assume there's a Nurmagomedov there at the end. Um, that I can, that'd be a fun one. That'd be a fun one.
Oh, amazing! That I've been telling my wife that for the past like couple months. I said he's one of the best lightweights in the world,
Yeah.
not just PFL obviously, but he is one of the best in the world. And it would be such an honor to be able to step in the cage against someone like him. And I got a couple of things that are checkmate, that I get in my positions in the fight, and um, anything, you can strike lightning. So if it
I'm
happens,
calling it
I'll,
right
I'll
now,
be
putting
ready.
another thing in the universe. How about Dakota Bush, teammate, training partner with Dustin Poirier, catches a Nurmagomedov with the Gilly in America and gets the submission champion? I'm just throwing stuff out there, Dakota.
We'd be writing a movie. They'd write a movie about it if this something like this comes happening.
Hey.
I like Mark Jacasey. If he's still on the roster, I like that matchup for Dakota too.
Yeah, definitely. To Casey, that would be a great
Yeah,
fight.
that's a
He's
fun one.
also a huge vet, big name behind him.
Yeah,
Yeah, that'd be awesome as well.
I love it. I love it. El, you have anything else? Any other inside stories? I had one more for Dakota. It slipped my mind. I had a good question. I had a good one, but
I don't know. I feel like I've talked to Dakota so much this week. I feel
okay.
like there's nothing else to talk about.
Right.
Oh no, I had one. I got it. This is what it is. So past Saturday was you guys, PFL Pittsburgh, also a really big UFC Seattle show. This week, UFC is back at the Meta Apex main event. It's ATT versus ATT. What's going on here, Dakota? We got
Yeah,
Duncan,
we have to talk.
who I played the Liar's Dice with in Vegas, when he was out there, and then you got Moyakano, who's always been nice to the show. Absolutely got his name perfectly there. Thank you, L. Got Moyakano versus Duncan. What happens, Dakota? Who wins this fight? What's going to happen there?
Man, that's such a hard one for me because literally they're both brothers to me. Like they're not just teammates; those guys are brothers to me. I've trained so much with both of them. I've cornered Moicano before. Um, I they're both such high level fighters, great guys, great fathers, great husbands. Just all I can say about the fight is I hope neither of them get hurt. I hope they both have a great performance, and I hope they both bring home 100 extra K. That's all. That's all I hope happens.
It's so funny you just said that. I was like, some people will be like, "Oh, you want to draw?" You kind of don't want to draw because then either man gets the win bonus or whatever. And
Money.
yeah, I would hate
Right.
to say this, and you don't want anyone to get injured, but you hope it's like a phenomenal fight, super fun fight. Both guys show good. One guy wins 29-28 one more time. It's a split decision win for one, but both of them get an extra 100K bonus. They all win. It's a great fight. They shake hands and we move on. That's what I hope.
Yeah, that's all I can hope for. It sucks because everyone knows like how hard we work and how much time and effort you put in and the sacrifices that are made, and you know how it feels off of a loss, so you don't want any of your friends and your teammates to have that feeling. So um, either way, at the end of the day, everyone's going to be fine. Everyone's getting paid, and just on to the next one.
Talking about losses, last question, super dumb question, Dakota. What do you think John Baxter's doing right now in 2026?
Isn't that wild?
Yeah,
I don't know.
super
I have
wild.
no idea. That was literally, what was that? That was my first and only amateur loss.
June 1st, 2013, 13 years ago. A guy named John Baxter, who I think I just saw him at Publix. He took
Right.
my chicken tender sandwich. He made a great chicken tender sandwich. Shout out to him. But
I believe
got had the
after
win over Dakota Bush.
after we fought, I don't think he ever fought again. I think that was his last fight. Like,
Went out on top.
yeah,
On
he did.
top.
No, and that's what I always think. And touche, he beat me. Um, but just imagine like the stories he can tell, like
Oh
watching the
yeah.
fights, like, oh yeah, but I fought him back in 2013, and it's just
Madness.
crazy, like the people that just don't ever continue on with it, and the people that do, and who knows?
You gotta be
He
Yeah.
might be making chicken tender sandwiches
I
though.
I think I saw him. I saw John Baxter on a Publix. It was a chicken tender. I do the hot sauce with the blue cheese. It's phenomenal. White
Oh
American
yeah,
cheese. It's really good, guys. Really good.
Jake Nichols said, "Is it the camera angle or has Dakota been eating spinach?"
Yeah, dude.
too much
Look
spinach,
at that.
baby.
Holy crap, dude. That's wild. Dude, I keep on saying one more question, but I think I had another one. I thought it was super funny. I lost it. I think I'm on one today, Dakota. I'm on one, dude, but I think I'm done. I'm done. Oh man, it's crazy, dude. We are so pumped. I was commentary fights. I was planning on going to Pittsburgh, Ask L the whole time. And then like 3 weeks, 4 weeks before, we're like, oh yeah, I have an island fight show that day. That's the one I commentate on all the shows. And it's I won't lie to you. There was a little iPhone in front of my uh big video thing that I was watching, and then I was like so pumped. I was like, dude, it does not get better than that, a
No.
34-second, like that was pretty incredible. That was good. That was good. That was worth the wait. Worth the wait.
Oh, it made everything. It made these past 4 years just like God's timing is better than ours, and
Amen.
man, just a
Oh,
blessing.
I got it. It
Dave,
popped back in my head. They for the last 2 years, everyone at ATT. I'm sorry. I'm just my mind is wild today. For the last 2 years, Poirier, Kayla Harrison, Grant, Moicano, everyone's been saying who's the dark horse in the gym. Everyone says Dakota Bush for the last 2 years. You're not a dark horse anymore. You just had a 34-second knockout on ESPN. You're a big thing. You're a top five in their division. Dakota Bush, who's the dark horse now at American Top Team? Who is you from 2 years ago? Who's the guy who's underrated, not getting love, not getting pub, not getting shine? Who's someone that Fight Finesse should get behind right now in 2026 of the summer, and 2029 will be amazing?
Uh, I would say a couple guys. One, Christian Turner. I know he's coming off a loss,
Okay.
but he's definitely one of them guys that you'll see in a big promotion within the next year or so. Um, and another guy we got, he's still an amateur, but here in the next 3 or 4 years is going to be a stud. Is Eric Chisinski. He's our front desk guy, and he's doing the same thing. Training, working hard. And the third guy, last one is my man Nico. He's newer to the gym, works his butt off. Tall, like 6'3", 70-pounder, just perfect build for it. And dude's a scrapper. So them three guys, yeah, you'll definitely be seeing them in big promotions within the next couple years, I'd say.
Permanent blue marker, wrote it down on my sheets. I got it. I got Nico. I know CT. Christian. I literally commentated the Christian Turner fight up in New Hampshire, and then we got our main man Eric, who does the front desk. So I got those names down. I appreciate it. There we go. All
Yes,
right, we got
sir.
3 new ones, dude. Guys, 31 years young, just entering his peak, his prime. 16-4. The new face of the PFL lightweight division, Dakota Bush. Dude, appreciate your time today, brother.
Thank you, guys.
Thanks,
Oh, did you have anything else?
No, we'll let Dakota get out of here. I like I said, I've been talking to him all week. You know how happy we are for you, man. Like
Yeah, man.
I'm stoked to see it. All love to you and the family.
Yes, thank you guys for everything. Like I said, the support, and like I said, the days that you want to give up and you're like, man, I don't know anymore. It just, when you got people that believe in you just as much as you do, it helps so much.
That's awesome, man. Oh, well, we appreciate you. I do want to come down there in the next 2 weeks. I think me and El might be working on something. So hopefully, if you're around, if you're
Yeah,
not
for
getting all
sure.
those turkeys, hopefully you can give us a couple hours. We'll have some fun.
Yeah,
All right.
definitely.
All right, man. You're the
I'll
best.
see you
Dakota Bush.
guys.
See you, Dakota.
See ya.
Oh, man.
You wouldn't let me talk. I just thought of a great freaking story. I'm just gonna tell it for Dakota. So Dakota's nickname used to be Harry Bush, right?
Can you do the two things?
Oh yeah, sorry.
Dude, I'm sorry, El.
His
Dude, Dakota was a great interview.
Dakota Harry Bush, right? Hilarious, very on brand for Dakota, for people who don't know him. Anyway, they're literally waiting to walk out. Like his opponent's, I'm pretty sure, in the cage, or at least, or his opponent's about to walk out. Mike is literally like, hey guys, I'll be right back. And he just like takes off and like comes back and he just looks at Grant and he goes, it's done. And Grant's like, what? He's like, I changed his nickname. And Grant's like, without telling him? And he's like, yep. And it's perfect. Dakota Buckshot Bush.
Wow. On the spot, he did that?
On the spot. Just went and did it. And that's the best nickname, is the one your coach gives you. Like, A
Of
nickname
course.
you give yourself is fine, but a nickname
No,
that's
no.
like given to you, like that's yeah, and it's perfect. Like he's a turkey hunter. He's that kind of fighter, like Buckshot. And that's like the best
That's
Mike
awesome.
Brown story ever.
Dude, I got a Mike Brown story I'm about to tell next, but his son was hanging out with Hawkeye?
Yeah. It
The
literally
cool
the whole weekend, like for the Bush family, was just
what?
awesome. Like I'm so happy for them. Like it just like you were saying, like we've all been rooting for Dakota and waiting for so long, like
Yeah.
to have his moment. So yeah.
I love it. I think Johnny just came in, but real quick, my Mike Brown story. So we were out there in Vegas for Grant's fight. We are doing liar's dice, and then we were all going back to the house. We stopped at 7-Eleven where it's tired, it's Vegas. We just want to get back to the place. And we all have like and Dakota was there too. He like we all get Skittles. We're dumb men. It's what we do. We got Skittles and a Coke. Our buddy Mike Brown gets like the biggest box of wine. He's like, and he goes to 7-Eleven. He puts it down. He's like, to the people work, he's like, is this the biggest one you got here? The guy's like, yeah, that's the biggest one we got. He's like, yep, I'll buy this.
Every fight week, Mike's got wine and he's playing slots.
Yeah.
It's
Oh, well, the best. The best.
Nike Brown. Nike
All right,
Brown.
say something really good about Johnny Eblen.
Why do you put me on? You're the intro guy. You do the intro. I did Dakota's intro.
Dude, I think he's the one of, if not the best middleweight on the planet. This man doesn't need a championship around his waist. He's 17-1. Absolutely, the next fight's the big fight in front of us. We all know. Just won the main event of PFL Pittsburgh. Welcome, Johnny Eblen, to the show.
What's up,
Boom.
guys? How you
What's up, Mr.
doing?
Eblen?
What's
Dude, you
up?
look good,
Getting
bro.
some sun.
Yeah, getting some sun in my backyard. Just ran today. I was gonna go in and spar, but my coaches wouldn't let me. So uh,
Yeah, take a day,
next
bro.
best thing I could do is go run with Christian Turner and Kyoji, and that's what I did.
Nice. Nice.
Yoji's got a big one coming up.
Yeah.
He does. Manuel Cape.
Yeah,
It's a
Kate, Cap,
yeah.
doesn't matter. Tomato,
It's a
tomato.
it's a banger of a fight. I really like it. I think I like Kyoji. You know, it's a good step up. It's going to get him close to the belt, and I think Kyoji is the future champ. You know.
We do. And El's been saying his name for years and years on this show. Same like yours, same like Dakota's. Dakota was just on, absolutely praising you. Was saying the thing that I got from it, Johnny, was the Airbnb, like the vibes, the mojo, the ATT, all that stuff. Can you double down on it? Did you think it was a special week there in Pittsburgh?
Yeah, it was absolutely a special week. I haven't been able to experience that type of camaraderie and stuff lately because I've been traveling so much and going to South Africa, going uh, to Saudi, and I mean the last time I kind of had that, and we were traveling where I had other people on the card that I was pretty close with. Was it that was in Ireland. You know, we were all in the hotel and, you know, we made it work, but it was even better to have an Airbnb and, you know, have all the team members, family members, and, you know, have all the corners there. And it was just such a vibe. I remember my last one, I was in South Africa, you know, wasn't too big of a deal, but I didn't have my normal corner there. And I had, you know, friends out there that I vibe with, but like I had different cornermen and stuff. My wife was there. You know, it was fun, but it wasn't the same. And I just didn't have my usual team. So it was kind of new in a sense. But this time around, man, it wasn't super far. Also, a lot of my friends could go. So you know, after the fight, you know, I got to hang out with a bunch of my friends, and even like you know, leading up to it, I got to get dinner with a couple people and catch up. And my
Yeah.
sponsor could go, and he brought like 20 people, and then the after party was amazing. Even people in Pittsburgh that know me, you know, came out and supported me, and you know, it was truly special. Just it was just a great time, and you know, basically, you couldn't tell that we were gonna fight.
Yeah. I love that. Else?
So Sean Sterling asked if you, because I keep hearing people are like, he walked out to country roads when Pittsburgh hates West Virginia, but you always walk out to country roads.
I always walk out to country roads. They sang along, man. Wherever you go, I mean, it wasn't the best walkout I've had. I think the best walkout was the first time I made it my walkout song, which was in Ireland. And man, they sang along the whole time. And even after it ended, they kept singing it. And they were doing the call outs. I think they continued to sing it for a little while. That was the best one yet. Pittsburgh, it was a close or actually, I think no, South Africa. They sang along to it as well. It was a little bit better, I think, than Pittsburgh. I think Pittsburgh maybe has a weird relationship with that song, but they definitely were singing to it. And then when they cut the music off, they kept singing, but it wasn't as loud as some other venues that I've been to. But you could tell that they liked it and they enjoyed it, and that's my walkout song from here on out.
I
It's
love
been
it.
my
I love
walkout
it.
song for a while.
I love that. So of course, South Africa. Ending doesn't go the way you want. I thought a lot of us thought immediate rematch didn't happen. Costello had one. You have one now. Both of you guys handled business. There's 0% that this fight doesn't happen next for both of you guys, right? Like that's the
Yeah,
fight.
this is the next fight to make. Everybody knows it's the biggest
Yeah,
fight to make. It's literally the biggest fight in the promotion. So, it wouldn't make any sense to make any other fight. This is the fight to make. This is the fight everybody wants to see. This is the fight that the fighters want. So, let's do it. I think they're going to book it soon. Hopefully, news will be out soon. And yeah, man, I'm excited. I'm ready to get back in there and put on another performance and get that belt wrapped around my waist because I need to get that revenge, man.
for sure, for sure. And then what you were just talking about, not like how Africa wasn't great or Saudi or even Ireland, but if you had any of your 2 cents, or if you could talk to the brass, or maybe it's your management talking to them, can you be like, hey guys, I would love this in America, in Washington, or close to home. There's a
Now
Miami
I
show
have,
PFL in
yeah, I
August.
have a good relationship with Mike Kogan,
Yeah,
and I have a good idea where it's going to be and when it's going to be, and I like it all. I love it.
okay.
So, not too worried. I think everything's going to come to fruition that we spoke about. And, this is part of my story, the whole loss and the whole storyline of all of this. It makes sense after everything played out the way it did. And, the way the story ends is he won the battle, but I'm going to win the war and I'm going to come out as a champion. And it's going to be a part of my story. And it's going to be one of the best comeback stories ever.
Love it.
And I obviously that's what's next. Like you getting the belt back, like it nothing else makes sense. Like we talked about it, and all love to Impa, but like you said at the post fight presser, you've already beaten Impa. You deserve that shot.
I beat Impa. Impa lost to a guy that I beat twice. Impa's a great opponent. Don't get me wrong, but right now the fight that makes sense is me and Costello. That's the only thing. That's the only fight to make. After that, we can figure something else out with other contenders. Maybe Impa gets another fight. In the meantime, maybe he doesn't. Maybe he wants to wait to try to get another title shot. Honestly, if I was him, I would want to stay active and keep fighting and get another win. Not to say that he needs to, but if I'm a fighter, I want to stay active, make money, and keep doing my thing. And I think that'd be, beneficial for him. He'd make a better case for himself to fight for the title if he keeps winning and keeps fighting up and coming fighters.
And I 100% agree with what you're saying. And like you said, whatever comes next. So that's kind of the next part of my question. It seems like as of right now, you've fought most of these guys. You've beaten Edwards, you've beaten Impa, you've now beaten Brian Battle, and then when you win that belt back, you'll have beaten Costello and Steenis. So is there anybody else in the division that you have your eye on right now? Or is there somebody you're hoping that maybe the PFL will bring in?
I don't know who they bring in at this second, but I know the UFC is starting to cut people. So there's some guys that they could pick up. Dude, what if they get Izzy? That'd be crazy. I mean, he's on a big losing streak. I would love to see him in the PFL. He could make some good money, make some great matchups over here.
Yeah. Wow.
I mean, there's a lot of guys that they could possibly pick up. But definitely want bigger name guys, guys that have been at that championship caliber level. You got up and comers like Josh Silvera. He's fought a lot of these guys and had close fights, and he lost a close one to Impa a couple times, and he lost a close one to Fabian. So he's right up there. He's about to fight Newman. Newman's an up and coming guy that's in the ranks. We still got Aaron Jeffrey in there. I haven't fought him yet. Can't think of anybody else at the moment, but there's definitely a lot of fights to make. I think that the middleweight division is one of the tougher divisions in the PFL,
It's
if
deep.
not the most stacked division that we have. I think that's still interesting. There's still a lot of fights to make, and definitely me losing to Costello in the fashion that I did. It really spiced up the division, and he defended the title, and he's the champ now. But it's creating a better storyline for my comeback and for me to get the belt again. And it spiced up the division. It's not just me staying champ and defending it multiple times. It's me overcoming adversity and coming back and getting the belt again, and that's hard to do.
Yeah, for sure. You mentioned travel earlier. I don't know if it's a after fight thing, but I do see that you travel a lot. You love to travel. It seems like. Is it something you like to do right after fights, or is there something when if there's nothing in the works, you love to travel? One of the things you like to do in life.
I just like to travel, try to get around, see the world, see different cultures, do
Yeah.
different things. I recently learned how to snowboard, so I'm about to go snowboarding next week with my wife. We like to do van trips. We like to get out into nature. Sometimes we like to go to Asia or you know, Europe, and just see different cultures. And we usually have some friends out there too that we'll meet up with. And if there's nothing in the works, yeah, we'll go travel. Or like right after a fight, if we find the time and we can go do something, we'll go do something.
Wow. I love it. I love it. And by the way, and I know you were busy on Saturday night, but did you see any at all? And I know it's a different organization, but Joe Pfeiffer did get that big win against Izzy. And what did you think about his performance?
I mean, that was awesome. I was kind of watching some of the highlights. It's pretty even on the feet. Izzy landed some good things. Piper landed some good stuff. A lot of people said Izzy looked terrible, and I was like, I didn't really see that. What I just
I
saw
thought he looked
was
good.
I thought he looked fine. Nothing crazy. I just thought Joe fought a smart fight, and then when he saw the opportunity to, you know, get it close range and take the fight to where Izzy's not as comfortable, he did it. And he did a great job on top and finished the fight. Had the I think he had a body triangle or legs in, and then it flattened him out and then ended the fight there. That's kind of where my fight ended up with Battle. I forced the fight into a place where he can't really hurt me, I can hurt him, and then eventually I got the body triangle locked, and then I mounted him with the body triangle, started throwing elbows, and he didn't like it, so he tried to roll through, and as he was rolling through, he gave up his neck, so then I took his neck, and then his chin was in there too, and I was like, fuck it, I'll break your mouth too. So he finished with ground and pound from the mount or from that position. I finished with the choke. I thought that was a good way to win that fight and beat Izzy for Joe. So yeah, great performance by him.
One more question about your fight. Like we haven't talked about all those insane mat returns. You had two where you dumped him just straight on his head. Did you feel like somebody said Johnny took Battle to Suplex City? Do you feel like that's something like you could just mat return like that all day? Does it take a lot of energy for you?
It takes a little energy, but when I grabbed a hold of him, I was like, he's not getting away from me. And then the way when I would mat return him, I noticed he tried a Granby roll out of one, but he like didn't know how to do it properly, so he landed like he put himself on his head. I think it was only twice where he kind of landed on his head because he was trying to Granby through, and then he stopped doing it, and then I was doing my traditional mat return. But the whole point was like, all right, I got a hold of him. I remember Mike
Yeah.
Brown was like, hey man, like his legs are always there. If you get an easy takedown, don't let him up easy, which I didn't. And then I was like, you know what? I'm gonna demoralize this guy. I'm gonna take control of him, and I'm gonna manhandle him, break him, and then once I break him, I'm gonna definitely put my legs in and do what I've been working, for the past couple years, and get that body triangle. And I'm gonna beat him up with elbows. I'm gonna hurt him, completely break him, and then I'm gonna, whenever he gives me the opportunity to finish him, I'm gonna finish him, and that's what happened.
Pretty textbook right there. Hey, just by the way, real quick, Dakota Bush did say you got to practice on liar's dice. Okay, he says you're just he goes it's Bo Nickel here, he's there. He says you got to get a little bit better. Just throwing it out there.
Bo, Mikey Brown, his coach Patrick, dude, they're killers, dude.
Yo,
Even his
Brown's a
son,
legend at
Say
it.
it's
even
his
his, even his son, dude. His son was freaking. He's working me, man.
Talking about
Oh,
Hawkeye.
what's that?
No,
He was hanging
Brax
out with Hawkeye.
hustled Johnny.
No, Braxton.
Okay.
Who are you talking about?
Well, we were talking about Braxton meeting Jeremy Renner during Dakota's.
During the fight, he met Hawkeye.
I don't. Who is that?
From the Avengers, Jeremy Renner from the Avengers, the guy that plays Hawkeye.
Yeah, I'm not gay. I'm not gay. I don't watch the Avengers.
All right. You're the man, dude. Soon to be PFL world middleweight champion. It's gonna be 2 times Bellator, now PFL. Johnny, you're the man, dude. We'll talk to you soon.
You guys are awesome. Love you guys.
Later.
Man.
The great
Later.
Johnny Eblen. Dude, what a stud.
See you, man.
Peace.
I think G's in here too, right?
Yeah, she's here. She's ready.
She's
Dude,
always on. Dude, she's
intro.
always early. Dude, did you see Gillian Robertson on Instagram this whole week?
Killing it.
She was traveling the world out.
Beach. Is it Costa Rica?
Costa Rica. All right. Push the button, dude. She's top 5 strawweight in the world. The wonderful, the beautiful Gillian Robertson. What's up, G?
What's up? Costa Rica is actually my next spot. This time I was in Puerto Rico.
Puerto Rico. Sorry. My
Yeah, yeah. I'm like
Dude, that
Costa
place
Rica
looked
was
amazing.
sick. Oh no, everything was sick. I'm like we you stayed in like little bubble tents out in the mountains. So yeah, it was absolutely amazing views to wake up to. You're like an hour away from the beach. There's like waterfalls and hiking trails and everything. So it was absolutely gorgeous out there. And there's no like predators in Puerto Rico. So I'm like, literally, there's stray dogs everywhere, and I love it.
That's awesome.
When you mean like animal predators?
Yeah, there's no there's no I don't know. I was googling it, and they don't really have any like big animals that like
They don't have
Like
mountain
lions or something.
yeah, or like bears or anything like that. So yeah, they can just kind of let their dogs hang out outside. So there's like stray dogs everywhere.
Did you take one home?
I wish, man. My dogs would be mad. They'd be mad if I brought something home.
Yeah. So wait, real quick. Okay, you're going way too fast for us, G. You're in a bubble tent over are you over the mountain at all? Like literally over in the tents there, or are you just kind of on the mountain in the tents? You see it all.
Well, I don't know. It's like a mountain range, so there's a bunch of them. So
Okay.
like a bunch of mountains. So you're just kind of looking out over the range. You're definitely up super high. Like the road to get up there was a little sketchy, you know?
Yeah.
A lot of twists and turns over like when you're looking down, you can see straight down, kind of making my heart pound, you know?
Did you take an Uber? Was it a local guy on a bicycle?
No, I actually rented a car. So because it was about an hour drive from the airport. So to drive up there, it was a little bit of a sketchy drive. Honestly, it felt like I was in like a safari and like a Disney ride. Everything looks so magical and like the rainforest there. I fell in love so much. I'm like, it's like, I don't know. I was planning my retirement there, you know?
Oh, right. Wow. Canada to South Florida to Puerto Rico.
South.
Exactly.
I know I feel like you do this every fight, mostly I would assume on wins, and maybe not, maybe I'm totally wrong on it. It's actually all you do is win lately, but that's another subject for another time. But I know you love to travel kind of the week after you fight. Is this kind of a Gillian Robertson ritual? Am I wrong on that one?
Sometimes. Yeah, I guess it's not every single one, but
Okay.
sometimes I'm like, I don't know. This fight specifically, and I guess some fights I feel like this. Some fights I don't feel like it as much. Some fights I feel like I'm ready to like get back into it, and I just kind of want to go back to train. With this one, I had like a 7-month long camp, you know, where I'm like, I kind of like these last 2 weeks just haven't wanted to be thinking about fighting or doing like I sparred a couple times in last I don't know, sparring in the open mat's always fun for me. So I'm like I drilling is what feels like work. So I'm like I've sparred a couple times since my fight. This week was the first time I got yesterday morning and then this morning are the two drilling sessions that I've gotten done, the two first ones. So I'm like it's I don't know. It's usually it depends the fight on how I feel. This one it was just a super super long camp.
Maybe or maybe not. Grant got a special phone call, but you know, you guys, your time usually lines up pretty close, so maybe you'll be back there sooner than you think. I don't know.
I don't know. I'm like I'm open. I'm ready for it whenever I get the phone call. I know we're still gonna look into some stuff for my hip to see like stem cells, whatever. And I know I'll have to take at least a couple weeks off at that point, like to let that kind of sit. But I'm ready whenever we start getting this stuff moving. I'm just I got an MRI last week and I got an MRI on Monday. So just getting the doctor stuff done.
Elle probably has like 5 things for you. You guys didn't
I
have
haven't been allowed
Sunday.
to ask any questions today.
No, Elle, please go.
I'm just kidding. Go ahead, Dave.
Who are you?
We had no shows like last week. I was sick. Elle was traveling, then I traveled. My brain is all over the place. I
Dave's
just
had
got so
FOMO.
much. Dude, one thing on Macy Barber real quick. Can I say, I think I'm the most, I think I respect people and especially the female side more than any guy host in the business, I think. And I'm not upset about her loss. Everyone loses and how she lost, whatever. Did you guys see the post-fight little thing that she did? Like her post-fight, like, I'm sorry I lost video?
Yeah, I did.
I'm glad she's okay, man.
I'm glad she's okay too. That's one of the most cringiest videos I've ever seen.
How?
Elle, you don't get. There was so much like cringe to it, and also I thought it was very. She was trying to show something off, maybe a little bit too much.
Reacted to it? She was just saying like, "I'm okay. I
don't
look
know.
dead when I look at."
Watch the video again. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm thinking too much into it.
Totally.
I thought it was pretty cringe.
Yeah, I don't know. I might need to rewatch it, but I didn't get that impression the first time either.
Maybe it's a guy thing.
Haters, Dave.
I know. Hey, I do like. I was rooting for Grasso, and I thought Grasso was going to win too. I don't know why. There was a lot of Macy Barber love towards the end.
I like Macy a lot. She's always been real good and real kind to me. So like,
Yeah.
Did you think Macy was going to win? Who'd you have in that fight?
I thought it was a close fight for sure. Okay. I honestly wasn't sure. I felt like Alexa has not looked her best lately. And Macy's one of those people, like she's definitely improved, but her style has been her style from day one, right? Like super pretty, super aggressive, hits hard, relentless, but obviously leaving her open to strikes. So, and Grasso has clean boxing. So I thought going into the fight that it was a really close fight. So I didn't have a pick either way. I don't know where you were at, G.
No, I was probably actually honestly leaning a little bit towards Macy going into it. Obviously, completely wrong there. Completely wrong. But I'm like, I don't know. Like you said, Alexa hasn't looked necessarily the best in the last couple fights. I just was maybe thinking like one getting a little bit older, one coming up a little bit more. Maybe we were seeing like a little bit of a turn here. But no, obviously Alexa had the scary finish. And I don't know. I'm like, the way Macy went out was just
yeah.
It makes me question if it was more than just the knockout or the choke or whatever. And like obviously she had, when she was about to walk out with Erin Blanchfield, she was having seizures. I'm like, is it something that's mixed in with that?
A million %. Like it's the elephant in the room for sure. And I'm not saying she should never fight again. I'm not going that far. There's something there. There's something there for sure that's a little bit off. And hopefully she gets checked out, or hopefully she's just healthy. I hope her a healthy life for another 50 years. You know, she's so young.
Oh no, it's definitely scary. I'm like, I don't, because she looked like she was still awake at first. Like she was trying to wrestle the ref, you know, not awake, but like dizzy. And then the way her head went back, it just like, I feel like there's just definitely more going on there. And I'm like, honestly, I'm not even sure how she's getting cleared to fight at this point. If there is stuff like that going on, it's just scary.
No, it's scary for sure. And hopefully there's nothing severe. But yeah, I agree. I wouldn't mind seeing her take a little bit of time off. I know it's a bummer. She already had to do that, but I definitely wouldn't mind seeing her take a little bit of time off and make sure she's 100, you know?
One little thing about Grasso, and maybe I'm too high on her. I think she's still very good. Like, I guess I'm just too probably high on Grasso. I'm looking at it here on Tapology. Like, she beat Valentina, then she got the draw, then she lost to Valentina, who is a top 5 female fighter in the history of the sport, Valentina Shevchenko. And then she lost to Silva in a UD. And yeah, Silva's really good. Let's give Silva her flowers. And she has I think her own fight style. I think she fights different than most females. So I think it's a little something. Other than that, Grasso, green. She gets a lot of wins. Like, you know, I still think she's really good.
She's still really good. I think it was more the way she lost to Valentina this last time. She just didn't look. she
little
didn't
hopeless.
look like she was like she had her head in the game, you know. So I feel like she's whatever she was going through, like it's clicked for her again, you know. What's that?
Yeah, what's the little
I was
face?
reading the comments.
Oh,
In the comments. In the comments. So all right. So G, you're back in South Florida. Life is good. Anything brewing at all? Just chilling?
I don't know. I haven't got official confirmation on UFC Miami, but I'm trying to go there. Trying to
Okay.
go to UFC. Well, I know I'm definitely going to UFC Winnipeg. They're flying me up there. So, yeah,
Yeah,
that's
you didn't respond to my text about that. Yeah. All right, keep going. Keep going. Keep going. If you're in Miami, did anyone talk to you about there's the DBX event the night before in Miami?
No, I'm like I don't know. I usually don't do much. I'm like going out to these two UFC events is something big for me
I
already.
know, dude. You're out there. You're pushing the boundaries. You know,
Yeah,
all
you know,
the
like anything past 8 p.m. we're pushing it.
yeah, that's true. That's very true. Yeah, Elle, I was going to tell you that I'm 50-50. I'm probably coming to Miami next weekend.
oh, nice,
Yeah.
sweet.
UFC's there. DBX has event. Some business is going down. I don't know. Maybe for some fight stuff. I don't know.
Yeah,
I don't
yeah.
know.
We'll see.
Maybe some content.
Yeah, maybe some
Awesome.
content.
Where are we-
Maybe that barbecue spot.
Are we going
Maybe
to?
some barbecue.
Yes, Fat Boys. Let's go. There's so many questions in the comments. I'm sorry.
I know it's loud. I'm on my phone. The computer just would not work today, so I can't
You're
push
not
any
in charge
buttons.
of clicking on things. I have two questions for Jillian. So first we'll start with Sean's. It says, can we ask G about Team Dean? This Team Dean's got going. He seems to have a stacked roster. Yeah. Who all is on the Dean list at this point?
The Dean list.
The Dean
Sounds
list.
like in high school, the Dean's list, you know? I think just me, Sean Brady, Joe Pfeiffer primarily. I know he works with Aljo a little bit on the side. He works with Amanda too. Whenever Amanda was getting ready for Kayla, he was a big part of that. I think that's it right now.
Dean list.
The Dean's
My
list.
second question is also about Dean because I thought this was hilarious. Did you see Grant on the Homo Fight show? Maddie Betts was like, Dean Thomas, why do you have Grant Dawson blocked on Instagram? And I think Dean actually commented on it and he was like, it was my old Instagram. I have no idea why I blocked Grant. We still have no idea. But he's like, but just for fun, I'm going to block you on this one too. I was curious if Dean said anything to you about that because I thought that was the funniest.
That's the best.
No, I did not see that at all. That's hilarious.
It is pretty funny, actually.
It was great. We got to get him on here at some point.
Oh yeah,
Dude, he used to come on all the time.
Yeah, he'd be down to.
Yeah. I've been lazy. You know, I just been lazy. That's all. Dude,
I guess they're just my friends.
I know. We'll get Dean.
You're also my friend.
But that was funny. I cracked up big time.
That was so funny. It was the best comment.
All right. Anything on Joe Pfeiffer beating Izzy Adesanya? Did you watch any of the PFL Pittsburgh? Johnny Eblen got a big win. Our guy Dakota Bush got a big win. There's a lot of Saturday. There was a ton of fights. Island Fights was live. That's where I was at. BKFC had a show. There's another big show too. Another event. It was like 4 major shows were going on.
Yeah, Friday night there was Karate Combat, and then Saturday night they had the BKFC, PFL, UFC. I think you said there was one more,
Yeah,
definitely.
one more.
Yeah, but I'm like just an absolute
RAF, right?
Oh, RAF.
RAF was on
Yeah.
that night too.
It was
Yeah.
stacked.
You just have like 8 screens going.
Yeah. So I'm like, it was an absolutely stacked night, and I only had the UFC on. So I watched the whole UFC card. Honestly, a great card from top to bottom. Like the prelims had a couple hit or miss, but the main card was like every single fight was exciting, entertaining to watch. Joe Pfeiffer obviously went out there, did a great job. Izzy also, I'm like, I feel like just fighting a stupid fight. Like Izzy just standing in front of somebody who has power like Joe Pyfer in the second round. I was like, dude, like get a little bit in and out, move your feet, do something. I'm like, he was literally just standing in front of him. I'm like, you can't do that with someone who just is born with natural power like Joe Pyfer.
Natural Piper.
Natural Pyfer, yeah.
Natural Piper. I love that. I'm coining that.
On a shirt.
Yeah, I agree. I don't know. He just seems, and I called L. I think it was Saturday morning or Friday morning. I don't know what day it was, and I was like, just something about the whole week. He just seems so. I say this to you all the time. We talk about it's like when you're talking about everything else other than what you're doing Saturday night. I hate that as a fighter. And I'm just a common person, and I'm only seeing snippets and live interviews. But like, if that's what Izzy's talking about on media day, and not about Joe Pyfer, and he's talking about YouTube, and he's talking about what Poeton's doing, it's like, Joe Pyfer's good. Like he's a 29-year-old badass middleweight coming after you. It's just like he just never took that in. I don't know. I can't put my finger on it. I hated Izzy's week. Hated it.
I don't know. I feel like that a lot from Pyfer too. I felt like Pyfer was talking about his girlfriend a lot and things like that, and he seemed very distracted. So I'm like, from his side too, I was like, it seemed like he has been and obviously he said it in his post-fight speech. He has been going through some stuff, and I'm like, I just felt like I got that like from him during fight week a lot. That it's like I said, like he was calling out his girlfriend at the press conference. I'm like, we should be talking about Izzy right now. I'm like, I don't care about my relationship fight week. I'm thinking about the person across the cage from me.
I think there's two sides to that, because like if you look at the fighters who are very grounded in their families, they're usually not doing a bunch of crap in the lead up months to the fight. Izzy spent 13 months doing everything but getting ready for his fight. He was cornering other fighters. He was like doing all sorts of other things. And it's like, I just, if you talk about your family a lot, like I understand seeing it from that point of view, but also like Grant talks about me a lot, but literally the only thing Grant does is go to the gym and hang out here with me. So he's very focused, It
just seems like from a different perspective. It seemed like from I'm never going to hurt you again, I'm going to make this right and stuff, instead of like, instead, like Grant talks about you because he's proud of you. This seemed like he was like begging for her back, or like, I fucked up and I'm trying to get make things right kind of thing
going on. I get what you're saying.
It seemed like it was coming from a completely different direction than like, I understand Grant being proud of you, it's that I feel like that it's different to be proud of your family versus I'm like, it seemed like he was a little bit distracted by whatever was going on in his life.
That makes sense. To be honest, I missed a lot. I was so busy with PFL. I didn't really see much of the lead up. Like I saw like from a couple weeks ago, which was a lot of like Izzy doing a lot of other stuff, but I didn't see like the press conference or anything like that. So I'm like getting like bits and pieces of it from people. It's funny.
Yeah, it's out there. I think you nailed that for sure. One last thing, we'll let you go. We'll probably end it too. We learned earlier in the show, so we talked to Dakota Bush, great knockout, gets a win, and I didn't even know this. He told us that Kayla Harrison is like now his like official manager, like legitimate manager. So she's gonna help him in his career and get some stuff, blah blah blah. I guess my question to you is, after you win the world championship and you defend it 4 times and you walk away from the sport, what does Gillian Robertson want to do in the sport of combat sports in 2030, 2035, 2040? Would you want to do commentary? Would you want to do podcasts? Would you want to be a manager? Would you want to open up your own gym and just roll and kind of pass on all your knowledge to the next generation? What's G doing in 2035?
I want to be the person who sits on the side of the ring and hits the 10-second thing. So then I can just watch all fights for free.
Okay.
It's the best answer ever. Can you get Siraj to make like just an edit of Gillian with the clappers?
That's all I want to do. That's my dream retirement job right there.
G clapper. Okay. We're on it. You'll see the collab invite in around 36 hours with that video. All right, we're done. That was a good show. That was a really good show.
Someone who cares said Gillian could own her own dispensary. She clearly wants to do desk analyst with Angela.
Well, of course.
I didn't even say that. I'm usually the awkward one to bring her up. I didn't even say her name.
That was a funny comment.
Dude. Hey, what are you doing Sunday for Easter, G?
Sunday's Easter. I didn't
Yeah.
know that. I'm like, I've been busy with. I'm like, I'm just getting back to life now. So, I don't know yet, but I will. I don't know yet. Yeah.
Well, I'm gonna. Well,
Wait,
I'm talking to Elle. We're gonna send an Uber. We're gonna get you to Elle's church on Sunday, dude. We're doing Easter church.
Are you
with
going
Elle.
to be here for Easter weekend, Dave?
No. So Easter's this weekend. I'm a family man, and I'm going to
Like,
church.
are you guys coming down?
Well, next weekend I'm in Miami. Next weekend.
Are we doing an egg hunt?
We should. We should have but there'll be little bananas instead.
Or it could be something. It could be an herbal plant in these little egg hunts as well.
She's
Jelly
like,
beans. Is it a gummy? We don't know.
Somebody asked what your hoodie said earlier.
It's actually, I just got it sent to me from Simply Natural Fitness on Instagram. It says Wake Bake Train.
Jim. Cute.
Oh, Wake Bake Gym. Sorry, messed up. Yeah.
Wake Bake Gym. All right.
That's cute.
We're done, dude. What a good show. Hey, I'm looking forward to that barbecue next weekend. If I head down, it's a barbecue for sure. That's the spot, dude. I love
I'm
that
not
place.
arguing with that.
All right. The great Gillian the Savage Robertson, top 5 strawweight in the world. All she does is win, wake, bake, and gym. So there you go. You're the best, G.
See you guys.
Bye.
See you next week. All right. We're
What
done.
did
That was
get to talk about? I feel like this show has been so
a good
awesome
show.
and chaotic. Like it was great. It was great. I feel like it was like boom, 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 boom. What were we talking about? We were talking.
You want to preview a little Duncan? Can you make us 2 squares real quick?
Yeah. Oh, I never brought up this picture of Johnny. Dang it. It's because Dave doesn't let me ask questions. Look at this awesome picture of Johnny and my husband building me garden beds. Okay, that's all.
I don't know if you know. For Johnny Eblen, I actually gave it mostly to you. Do you?
You did. I did. I forgot about it. It was literally
I kept on doing the point, our secret point sign.
mass red wine and crackers. Then pub from Jake.
Dude, I didn't even talk about Island Fights was incredible.
You had some
this
great
weekend.
clips. I saw a few.
It was incredible. One of my favorite Island Fights, by the way. And also, guys, it was the first time ever it was in Mobile, Alabama. The crowd was insane. I got a picture. I'll post it probably later on today. On one of those Apple Watches, it said, "Hey, if you stay around this sound so long, you can go deaf." It was that loud. It was like a warning. It was insane.
Well, if they go back to Mobile, you let me know because that's where my sister-in-law lives. So I'll make it out.
Maybe a date in September has already been booked.
Maybe we'll make a little trip.
Dude, that was Island Fights 95. Island Fights 100. It's around the corner, Al. That's crazy.
That is crazy. Wow.
We're 3 weeks away. Island Fights 96, and then they're in Biloxi, Mississippi at the Hard Rock for 97. So, man, it's good times, man. It was good. It was good. I haven't commentated. You know, I've said no to a couple things, and it was good to be out there. And I was sick all week.
Island Fights always puts on a great show.
Yeah, it was a good show.
Honestly, it's the amateur. The amateurs always steal the show for me.
Some
Every
bangers.
time. They have some really high level young kids.
Oh, it's so good.
But anywho, what have we not? We didn't really get through the UFC and the PFL card, but that's okay unless you want to go back to it. We didn't really preview this weekend's yet.
Who's gonna win, Duncan or Moicano?
I'm not gonna pick. I agree with what Dakota said. Like, yeah, of course. Like, I fully expect these guys to be fight of the night. Like 100%. I expect Moicano and Chris Duncan to get fight of the night. I think I think it really depends who kind of implements their game early on. Like Moicano has this body triangle that is just unbelievable, right? Like you saw in that first round with BSD, like once he locks that body triangle, it's just so elite. He has so much control and he has such an ability to do damage there. But Chris is this unbelievably strong guy. He hits super hard. He has the threat of an insanely good front head system if to maybe keep Moicano from shooting or really committing to those shots. Like they both just have such great skill sets. I really don't know what's going to happen. I know it's going to be a banger. I think they're totally cool. Christian said, are they cool or is there some beef? I don't think there's any beef. I think both guys just love to fight, love what they do, and want to make money for their families. Like, I genuinely feel like they would train together if their coaches would let them. Like, they've trained together before. I'm sure they'll train together after. I think it's just the UFC wanted this fight, and both guys got an opportunity to make a lot of money. Yeah, this was. I did expect Terrence to beat Kyle Nelson. I just think he gets hit too much, and Terrence has that insane ability to put people away.
Powerful.
It was so fast. I watched a handful of the fights. I got to see Terrence's fight, which obviously the whole fight was 24 seconds. I got to see the Douglas finish. I love Julian. But dude, that Larry and Douglas is freaking scary. I got to see the Chase Hooper knockout too.
I know. Feel bad for Chase. They just announced a second baby girl's on the way today. Yeah.
Yeah, I love Chase. Any update on Mofsar? Is he back at the gym? I honestly don't know if he's at the gym, or I would imagine not. He usually goes home for a while, so until he is ready to get back into camp. So, but somebody said who gets Mike? Moicano doesn't train. Doesn't have Mike corner him, so it's not. There's no conflict of corners between Chris and Moicano. Moicano works with I want to say Pahompa, maybe Macajon.
Tiago? Or Tiago's with Chris.
No, yeah. Chris has the same corner as Grant. Pitt and Mike. So
is Grant going? Is he the third guy?
No. Grant doesn't usually corner Chris. Chris usually takes his coach from Scotland. He's super nice. Why can't I? Robert Whiteford is usually in his corner too. So he has his three guys. Moicano has his three guys. I don't know who their fourth guy will be since it's a main event. You get four corners, but I don't think that's there's no conflict of cornermen there. Honestly, I think
I knew who Grant Dawson was rooting for.
Huh?
I wish I knew who Grant Dawson was rooting for.
I think Grant's in the same mindset as me and Dakota. Duncan's been doing a lot of interviews lately. Moicano's been very quiet this camp.
Very true, actually.
I feel like Moicano just wants to focus. Like he was doing a lot of stuff before. I think Chris always kind of does, just different personalities. But yeah, thoughts on the Tofik fight? I thought Bahamondes was going to smash him, and he looked pretty good. Somebody earlier said Tofik versus Grant. I like that fight a lot. I think that maybe could be a possible opponent after this next one for Grant.
Well, he's got an opponent?
You know that.
Oh.
But so.
Does it rhyme with late
Dave, stop it. Stop it. Your rhymes are terrible.
Tell me I did not tell everyone Nate Diaz and Mike Perry were fighting on MVP.
You literally picked a word that didn't rhyme with Perry.
Dude, I thought I nailed it.
You said Leary.
Guys, I'm a what is that called when you're a lock? I'm like put the key, throw it away. I'm that.
Drink key forever.
I didn't say anything. Dakota both said it.
Tofik with the blatant fence grab and headbutt. I have not watched the fight. I saw clips.
Dude, they don't do any rules in the UFC. They don't care.
Yeah. I don't know. I didn't see it, so I'll have to go back and watch it.
All right, real quick. Last question for Elle and everyone in the chat. No one cheat. No one go on your phone. You ready?
Yep.
What is Alexa Grasso's real name?
I have no idea. I didn't know that wasn't her real name.
Yeah. Alexa
is part of it Alexa Grasso, and it's just like another Mexican name where they have 17 middle names?
They have 17 middle names. Alexa is her middle name. Her first name is the most white female name ever. Her real name is Karen.
Karen?
Yeah.
That's actually a really I feel like I know a lot of Brazilian Karens.
Dude, I have never knew that. Just found that out.
I didn't. Yeah,
All right.
you're in Alexa Grasso Montez,
Amazing.
but she's
Guys,
not.
that was a really good show today. L1, you brought your A game. You were phenomenal today, L.
Thank you.
Shout out to Dakota Bush, Johnny Eblen, Gillian the Savage Robertson. Dude, that's one of my favorite pictures right there.
I saw us earlier during the show. I was like, "Aw,
Look how good this picture is.
how cute we are." Aw.
Dude, look. I have two really strong, beautiful ladies, and look at my smile towards Grant Dawson. That's my buddy.
It's true love right there.
That's the man I love. And,
Love it.
I remember when Grant used to call me back in the day.
I'll tell him to call you as soon as we end the show.
That's all right.
You want to talk to him? Maybe make him come in here.
No, I don't. I'm going to wish him a happy Easter and say God bless him on Sunday and his future family.
We're going to Easter service on Friday.
Us too. Good Friday.
Yeah. Well, so our church has gotten so big. They have a service Friday, 2 services Saturday, and 4 on Sunday. So we're gonna go sit the Friday night, and then
That's
I'm
too
in
big.
the nursery at church Saturday night and Sunday all day.
That's way too big. Hey, Jake, man, I hope you have a blessed day, dude.
Yeah, Jake, we love you.
Yeah, we love you, Jake.
Dave and his bromances.
Hey, I got a lot of them, but Grant is definitely on the top of the list. He's my guy, dude. I love him.
I respect
If he
it.
doesn't love me anymore, it's all right. I love Grant. But all right, we're done. Great show. Really good show.
Heck yeah.
Next week we'll be back. And then, yeah, I really do think we'll talk off air. I'm 70-30 going to be in Miami next weekend. DBX is there. The UFC is there all week. Probably get a lot of content. So trying to figure that out. Get some barbecue with the Dawsons and Jillian. Maybe do a whatnot show.
It'll be just L for barbecue because Grant's on the diets.
Why is that? All right, guys. Have a great day. Have a blessed day, guys. All seriousness, I hope you have a blessed weekend. Good Friday and Easter. And we'll see you guys next Tuesday.